Welcome to the Big Time Sports Show.
Big Time Sports Show.
The Big Time Sports Show, a look at sports in and around the Tuscarawas Valley.
Big Time Sports Show.
The Big Time Sports Show is brought to you exclusively by Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota. For a great deal on a new or used car, truck, van, or SUV, see a Ferris wheel. Ferris on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Think Ferris.
Now, here are your Big Time Sports Guys.
Big Time Sports Guys.
Taking care of sports business is the mellow tones of Charlie Jones and the voice of the Akron Zips, Joe Dunn.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the weekly edition of Big Time Sports. My name is Joe Dunn. Charlie Jones alongside as always. And here's your invitation to stay with us for the next half hour as we talk high school football all over the area. It is week number 2. We have some great games lined up. And also our featured team this week, the Leopards of Louisville. A big win last week over Canfield. They will be at Hoover Friday night. That'll be our Big Time Sports TV game of the week. You can watch it at 9 o'clock Saturday morning. Also 8 o'clock on Sunday night. Louisville at Hoover, Big Time Sports Game of the Week. Also, don't forget our high school football scoreboard show every Friday night from about 10 o'clock till midnight over on Fox Sports Radio 1350. Before we get much farther into the program, Charlie, as the boss at Big Time Sports, you continue to revolutionize high school sports in the area.
I like that word, Joe.
I said it just like you wrote it.
I'm stunned that a word with more than one syllable would come out of your mouth, but nice job.
Well, I got that great Kent State education.
Yes, you do, buddy. Yes, you do. All right, here we go. Now listen up. For you sports fans, you asked for it. Now you've got it. Big Time Sports, of course, on the cutting edge of high school sports, Joe. Not only are we radio, TV, and web, okay? We are also now mobile app. The Big Time Sports mobile app is now live. And let me read you this press release only because I can't remember all this technical stuff. That's why I'm going to read it. Here we go. The Big Time Sports Ohio phone app has some really exciting news to announce to you. We're launching our mobile app, which will feature one-of-a-kind technology with live score updates of all area games and beyond. Now that means that Coach DeMarco will be on the sideline every time the Leopards score. He'll be texting the score, and everybody in the world will get it live from the Big Time Sports phone app. The app will feature many other neat features, such as a Twitter link, a Facebook link, an Instagram link, whatever that is, and a posting forum for the fans to talk about the game you are attending. For those of you who cannot get Big Time Sports because you have Direct Dish, wow, can you imagine living life with Direct TV or Dish Network? Wow, you got to get out more often if you got one of those. Anyway, now is the time you're going to shine. We are going to bring you replays of our Big Time Sports games on our mobile app. So for you Dish people and for you Direct TV people, you're now going to be able to see the Big Time Sports TV product. Download your app today on Android devices. Just search BTS Ohio and have access today with the mobile version coming to the App Store with the full version soon. Joe, you just download the app today. Just search BTS Ohio and always know the scores. Joe, this is a big deal here. I mean, the sports junkies out there are going to love. We might even put your picture, Joe, on this mobile phone app.
I'm not so worried about you reading that, Charlie. I had confidence you would read that. The only thing I worry about is you signing up for that app with the technology expertise that you have.
Well, you see, I'm going to let Smoochie do that.
I knew that.
I'm way too busy to be messing around with something in my hand.
Exactly.
Unless, of course, it's a Hamburg.
There you go.
Okay? But yeah, no, this is a Big Time Sports mobile app. Get on there and get it now because it's the hottest thing going in high school sports, Joe.
There you go. Right now, let's look back at week number 1. Some of the big wins. Have Charlie make a comment or two. How about that game last Thursday night over at Perry? Brand new turf, full house. Was it a surprise? I think it surprised a lot of people. Massillon had to come back and win that thing in the fourth quarter, Charlie.
I'm sitting at home with Smoochie watching Monk, and I get a text from your stepson, Troy Richardson, with the halftime score. I turn to Smoochie and I say, hey, Smooch, can you believe that Massillon is going down to Perry? But then, of course, the next morning, I got the final score.
Well, if you'd go to bed, at a late hour, you would have got that final score.
10 o'clock on Friday nights is my match.
There you go. How about Canton Central Catholic? They have a lot of skill, a lot of athletes. They went down into New Philadelphia last week, knocked off Matt Dennison and the Quakers by a final score of 31-13. You were there and watched that one.
I was there, buddy. I was calling the play-by-play in the Big Time Sports booth. Canton Central Catholic. Look out. They've got a nice team this year. They got a kid by the name of Jimmy Perry, who would just run rings around you, Joe. Central Catholic?
Jimmy Russell.
Jimmy Russell. What'd I say?
Jimmy, I know. He's from Jackson. That's why I know Jimmy Russell.
Jimmy Russell, right.
There you go.
Pretty nice ball player,
He can run. Not very big, but he can run. How about Aquinas over Elyria Catholic by a final score of 56-49? You needed one of those apps to keep track of that score.
Coach Bud sat right there not too long ago, and when he had his St. Thomas Knights here in the house, and said, wow, this Elyria Catholic game is going to be a shootout. You remember that, Joe?
I do.
You comatose.
I heard that.
All right, anyway, I'll tell you what, he was right on, baby. But hey, St. Thomas Aquinas, victory number one.
How about our featured team tonight, Louisville? Big win over Canfield. Final score 24-7. Impressive win in week one.
We're going to find out more about that tonight, Joe, after we come back from our first break. Coach John DeMarco in the house with the old guys here on the Big Time Sports Show.
How about Alliance over Southeast? The Aviators 33, Southeast 13. And finally, Northwest knocks off Cloverleaf 19-0. Congratulations over in Canal Fulton. They had the big turf fund, and they got enough and put in that beautiful artificial turf. And right now, over at Northwest with the trees back of the visiting stands, that's a pretty place to watch high school football. Congratulations to Northwest on a shutout at Cloverleaf.
All right, the Northwest Indians, Joe, they tell me you got to watch out for them, too. They're pretty good this year.
I wish they could find a leg. But it's tough right now playing as an independent, but congratulations to Coach Whiting and that group over at Northwest. We're going to take a break. As we said, our featured team this week, the Leopards of Louisville. We're going to be joined by head football coach John DeMarco right after this.
The Big Time Sports Show with Charlie and Joe will be back right after this word from Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota.
Ferris Toyota is driving down the prices during our summer drive sale. Hi, this is Pat Ferris. Lease a new Toyota Corolla for just $139 a month. Camrys for $159, RAV4s for $169, and Priuses for $199. And every lease includes 24 months of no-cost maintenance. Toyota even has 0% financing on 12 different models to make it even better. Ferris Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
When the door of opportunity opens, what do you see? A landscape to pursue your passion and a rewarding career. A university with $120 million in student awards to lower the cost of education. A place where work opportunities during college lead to great jobs.
Akron has opened my eyes to so many opportunities.
New career options.
Akron gave me the motivation to make my dreams come true.
The University of Akron, where you get the greatest lifetime return on investment of any Northeast Ohio public university.
Our commitment has always been to you. You inspire our compassion that leads to better care. You're the reason we invest in technologies and facilities that provide better results and greater comfort. You motivate us to be the best we can be every day, and we'll continue doing it. Altman Hospital, leading our community to improved health.
As promised, we are talking Louisville Leopards football here on Big Time Sports. And as you well know, there's always something special about the opening game of a high school football season. And Coach, big win over Canfield, 24-7, and always great to get number one in the books in week number one.
Yes, it is, and especially when you have to go into a place like Canfield and try to win your opener. And it was very satisfying, a very good win for us.
They have had an outstanding program in the past years. What kind of atmosphere was it over there?
It was very good. The communities, Canfield and Louisville, are very similar, and it's a nice way to open the season. We got a lot of respect for their coaching staff. Their coaching staff does a great job. Their kids are always prepared to play, and they always play hard, and it's a great way to open.
I got to reiterate what Joe just said, and that is 24-7 over a Canfield team is pretty impressive. Me being from down in the Dover, New Philly area, I know Dover and Dan Impt, do battle with that Canfield team I think last year they went into OT just to beat them. So you guys look pretty strong first game of the year.
Well, it was a nice showing for us. It's a nice way to open the season up.
Okay, what do you like about your team this year? I know it's been, you've been through all these scrimmages, all these practices. What do you like about your team the most this year?
Well, our team works extremely hard. They're very coachable, and they show up every night, and they're willing to work hard. Actually started last year in the weight room. Very hard workers. They did a nice job in our summer fitness program. And it's just enjoyable to be around kids that just want to show up and work that hard, and are very coachable.
A football coach in high school now, is it physicality or is it speed? Because the last couple of weeks, as Joe will tell you, we've had coaches sit right there saying, hey, after looking at films from last year, we got to get a lot more physical, because late in the games, people were slapping us around. How much more time did you spend in the weight room getting physically stronger?
Well, we spent a lot of time in the weight room getting more physical and stronger and all that, but we also want to get quicker and faster. A lot of our game is predicated on speed. We want to be quick and we want to be fast, but there always comes a point in a game where you got to be very physical, where in a game of football it's just going to come down to,
right,
lining up and seeing who's tougher than who.
Coach, I've never talked to a coach, even after a win, that doesn't have something he wants to get better at. So between now and lining up Friday against Hoover, what are some of the things you want to get better at?
Well, we didn't get off to a real good start.
Okay.
So we want to get off to a little better start. We want to be a lot more consistent in what we did and just clean up some of the stuff, from game 1 to game 2.
You talk about great rivalries, and there's some classics here in Stark County, but that Louisville-Hoover game is always big. The two communities take pride in their football, have good programs, so that's going to be a big game Friday night, not only for the teams, but for the fans. They got to talk about this for the next week.
Yes, they will, and it is a huge rivalry, and it's still a very big deal in Louisville, and we take a lot of pride in playing in that game, and it dates all the way back to the 1920s.
Right.
So we feel a lot about being part of that rivalry.
Of course, you could have brought a lot of your players over this week. Who did you decide to bring on the TV show?
Well, we brought our captains, number 21, Connor Zwick, number 5, Kyle Woost, number 55, Jared Moran, and number 18, Jake Matty.
There you go. We're going to have you come back and talk a little bit about Hoover to close out the show. But right now we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll meet these young men that represent Louisville High School for the 2014 season. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
The Big Time Sports Show with Charlie and Joe will be back right after this word from Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota.
Ferris Toyota is driving down the prices during our summer drive sale. Hi, this is Pat Ferris. Lease a new Toyota Corolla for just $139 a month. Camrys for $159, RAV4s for $169, and Priuses for $199. And every lease includes 24 months of no-cost maintenance. Toyota even has 0% financing on 12 different models to make it even better. Ferris Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Let Designer Stone bring the beauty of natural stone into your home. Now granite from Designer Stone is affordable for your home. Granite is ideal for kitchen countertops, bathrooms, and floors, and is elegant and unique in color and patterns. Make granite from Designer Stone the choice to beautify your home. Call Designer Stone today at 1-866-860-4747.
There for you. Care for you at the health plan. We are here for you. There for you. Care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
Okay, one of my favorite times each week, we get to talk with the student athletes that represent their high schools on the football field every Friday and Saturday afternoon. We're talking Louisville Leopards football, and we have two outstanding players with us, quarterback Connor Zwick, safety receiver Jake Matthey. And Charlie, we are excited about Louisville because we've got them coming up Friday night against Hoover.
Yes, we do, and I'll tell you what, it should be a great game. Now, Joseph, I'll tell you what, here's the way we're going to do this. I'm going to talk to my young friend down there in the end. It's Jake Matthey, who is the safety and receiver for Coach John DeMarco. And Jake, welcome, my young friend, to the Big Time Sports Show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, your knee-jerk reaction, Jake, when Coach DeMarco said, guess what, we're going to go over and we're going to be on the Big Time Sports TV show. Did it instantly give you goosebumps from head to toe?
I mean, a little bit. I'm not the best probably talker. I talk a lot, but on camera, probably not the best. But I'm excited to be here. And
you don't have to worry about being the best because I have to work with Joe every week, okay? All right, now let's talk about Leopard football. I want you to grade yourself as a result of this Canfield game, okay? Did you have a good game? Yeah, not so, or were you a little bit flat? How did you do against Canfield?
Well, as a team, I feel like we didn't have the start we wanted. We kind of came out slow on both ends of the ball, but it's kind of good because we came in a little overconfident, I feel like. But once we got the smack in the mouth, I feel like we really turned it on and played the style of football we wanted to play.
Why do you think the first game of the year you should be sky high? Why you're coming out flat? Why did you start slow? Any idea?
I guess we weren't just as crisp as we wanted to be coming out off the get-go. So if we come out crisp, I feel coming up this week, we're a really good football team. And I'm excited to see what we can do.
Okay, all right, because you know Hoover's going to be waiting for you, right?
I know that.
It's a big game. They're going to be dancing in the streets over there in North Canton.
Correct.
Particularly if North Canton comes through with a W, right?
Right.
But you're not going to let that happen, are you?
No, sir.
All right, now let's talk about, and I ask everybody that plays both ways the same question, okay? What do you like best, safety or playing receiver?
I mean, I just like being on the field, to be honest. So anywhere I can get the ball, or because I plan on making plays on both ends of the ball. So.
How does Jake get ready for football camp? It's your senior season.
Right.
This is not your first rodeo, okay? Did you change anything over the summer as opposed to perhaps the last couple seasons, knowing that you're going to pull that helmet off the last time?
Well, last year, most of the summer, I didn't get to participate due to an injury, but this summer I realized it's my last go at it. So kind of gave it everything I had, and for one last season, and just hoping for the best and making myself better, maybe making my teammates around me better. Just get ready for this season.
Jake, what do you have to do, Jake Matthey, have to do to beat Hoover?
Do my job. I mean, we play a type of style of football where everyone does their own job. We have a saying that says, mow your own grass. So I feel like if I do my job and the whole scheme of things, do my individual job, that will be a good football team. Because I know my teammates around me, they're doing their job.
Okay, all right, final question, okay, and then I got to let Joe talk to your quarterback buddy over here. You're a senior at Louisville High School.
Right.
Okay, what are you going to do with your life after you graduate from Louisville High?
Well, I plan to be a physical therapist, helping kids out, because with my injury, physical therapy is what kind of got me back on the field. So I'd like to help kids out with their injuries, help them see the field again as quick and safe as possible.
Jake, thanks for coming in tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck against Hoover Friday night, and good luck on the road of life, okay?
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Joe, a nice young man, Mr. Jake Matthey, and Joe, why don't you have your buddy Connor Zwick step up to the plate?
Connor, welcome to the program. You're the quarterback, you're the coach on the field. How much preparation time? I know you're there to be a student. You want to get the best grades you can. How much time do you spend watching tape on next week's opponent? What's a typical week for you?
Well, first I'd like to say thanks for having me. And like a usual week, we just, like every day after practice, we watch film. And individually, I watch film at home too, just like on my phone, because we have this Huddle account. And just like preparing every week as usual.
Now, what are you looking for specifically? Do you watch the pass rush? You watch how the defensive backs, how tight they play your receivers? Or specifically, what do you look for when you're looking at tape for next week's opponent?
Well, the first thing I usually look at is like the formation of the defense, and Canfield's and Hoover's is sort of like close to ours, so I'm kind of like prepared more on that part. And then like, yeah, I look at like the depth of like the safeties and corners and that, just to like visualize what I think like could be open for our routes.
Of course, you don't just go on the field in week one and start throwing passes. I mean, you had to be out in the field, I'm sure, before even practice started, trying to get the timing with your wide receivers. How much time did you spend with your receivers in the summer? Was that something you guys enjoyed doing, or did you have to call them about 3 or 4 times to get them out there with you?
Yeah, we did a lot. We did. We had like groups together, and we all like would go to the field and just throw and stuff, just like have fun with it. And as like the season would get closer, we'd have like camps and stuff like that.
You're talking about having fun. How much fun is it to play football for Louisville when the lights come on Friday night? What's it like for you?
It's very fun. It's always been a dream that I've always had since I grew up through.
Well, hopefully you'll have some pleasant dreams this year, and hopefully you'll go well into the playoffs. Thanks for coming over tonight. Great game against Canfield. Best of luck against Hoover on Friday night.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, 2 more players that wear those Louisville jerseys. They'll be taking on Hoover Friday night, so don't go away. We're back with more Big Time Sports right after this.
The Big Time Sports Show with Charlie and Joe will be back right after this word from Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota.
Ferris Toyota is driving down the prices during our summer drive sale. Hi, this is Pat Ferris. Lease a new Toyota Corolla for just $139 a month. Camrys for $159, RAV4s for $169, and Priuses for $199. And every lease includes 24 months of no-cost maintenance. Toyota even has 0% financing on 12 different models to make it even better. Ferris Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Think Ferris. You gotta go to Bob and Pete's.
Welcome to Bob and Pete's Floors showroom. This is where you'll find an extensive selection of styles and colors with the most up-to-date designs and fashions at the price that's right for you. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tiles, a laminate floor cover, or countertops, you'll find what you need at Bob and Pete's Floors. Bob and Pete's Floors. Make your feet happy feet.
You gotta go to Bob and Pete's for happy feet.
Welcome to All-Type Heating and Cooling, your one-stop shop for all types of home repairs. That's right, All-Type Heating and Cooling not only provides complete sales and service for your furnace and air conditioning, they also do plumbing. Family owned for over 30 years and with more than 100 years combined experience, you can trust us to keep you comfortable year-round. All-Type is your authorized Lennox dealer and can service or repair any make or model. All-Type Heating and Cooling, we treat you like family.
Okay, welcome back to Big Time Sports. We have 2 more Louisville Leopards on the set with us right now. We have Kyle Woost and Gerald Moran. Kyle Woost, wide receiver. You've been a Louisville guy your whole life. What was it like sitting in the stands, maybe back there in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade, dreaming of the day you'd be playing under the lights? Is it all worth it now as far as the work to get there?
For sure. It's been a dream my whole life. I always looked up to those kids and never thought I'd actually get there one day.
Well, tell us about a typical game day for you. You wake up on a Friday morning, of course, you're heading for class. Any superstitions, anything, any special food or any good luck charm or any special music you listen to? You just tape it up, get the uniform on, and go play?
One thing I do is visualize what's going to happen that night, put myself in positions that may happen.
You know, we talked about timing with Connor. You guys out there all summer trying to time it up, and what are some of your favorite routes with Connor?
You know, really anything. We worked a lot in the summer at the practice field, at the stadium, wherever.
You know, a lot of times wide receivers, maybe halfway through the game, they get a feel for the guy they're playing against. You get a feel what you can do against him, some of the things you can get done. Do you go back and talk to Connor about that? That hey, I can do a silo, I can come back, or what are some of the things you guys talk about?
Yeah, after the first couple plays, I read how I may be able to set up the defensive back and talk to Connor in between why defense is out there on what could work and what could not work with our wide receiver coach.
Now, does he listen to you, or he just says, I'll call the play, forget about it?
He listens.
There you go. What about the first couple of years you played varsity football at Louisville? Looking back, what are some of your memories, some of the positive things that's happened for you?
Last year, positive, we went 10-0.
Sure.
This year, we'd like to improve that and just keep getting better every week.
What's the community atmosphere like right now? You went 10-0 last year in the regular season. What it's been like in the community and school as you get ready for the football season?
I think that they just expect big things from us.
They always expect big things, right? Louisville's had a lot of great football in the past, and I know it's going to be another successful season. Best of luck the rest of the way. Best of luck Friday night against Hoover.
Thank you for having me.
Joe, let's now meet our guy on the offensive line. This is offensive tackle Jared Moran. And Jared, welcome to the Big Time Sports Show, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Jared, let's go back to your opener against Canfield. Okay, and then you heard I ask your teammates this same question. Did you have a good game, you personally? Did you have a good game? How would you grade yourself game one?
Like they said, I thought we came out a little flat in the first quarter, but after we realized we needed to step up, I think we really stepped up to the challenge and overcame it.
Okay. All right, now, as an offensive tackle, would you rather have somebody carrying that? You want to pass block or do you want to run block? Which is your drathers? Which would you rather do?
I would much rather run block. I like playing smash mouth football, as some call it. Run it up the middle, pulling, hitting people.
Okay. You look like a young man who likes to hit people, right?
I do.
You like to be out front knocking them backwards, right?
Yep.
Your favorite, finish this question. Jared Moran's favorite NFL football player is who?
Well, it was Jeff Saturday, but he retired.
Okay. All right, now tell me why.
He's just always been a great offensive lineman, and I'm a fan of the Colts, and he was on the Colts for the longest time, center for Peyton Manning.
Okay. Protecting Manning, you know, like you do your buddy's weight now, right?
Yep.
All right, now, what about getting ready for your senior season? You know, you're not going to play very many more football games, at least not in that leopard jersey. So, anything different this summer?
This summer I watched what I ate a lot more. I tried to keep my weight down and keep my speed up. Offensive linemen, even though we don't move as much, we still have to be quick off the ball and quicker than whoever we're blocking. So I tried to stay in the best shape as possible.
You know, you and your teammates, this particular group of football players at Louisville High School have really set that mark high now. And there's a lot of kids down in the lower grades that are really playing hard now and practicing a lot more frequently. Do you guys ever have the opportunity to get down to those younger kids and help them with some of their skills and practice on the football field?
Yes, we do. At the beginning of the season, every year, all the seniors go down to a little Leopards clinic, and we run the clinic, and we show them things that we do at the varsity level.
All right, Jared, thanks for coming on board. I got to hand the baton down to my much older co-host, Joe Dunn.
There you go, Charlie. Last week you were 2-4 on your picks. Hopefully you can do much better this week.
I certainly hope so.
Well, let's get to it. How about Massillon at Glen Oak on Thursday night? Who do you like?
No, there's no doubt in my mind. I'm going with Massillon.
Okay. All right. How about Jackson at Green?
Uh-oh, this is a toughie. Flip a coin, and but you know what? I'm going to go with the Bears.
The Jackson Polar Bears.
Yep.
Central Catholic at Perry.
Uh-oh, look
Backyard
out.
brawl.
This is going to be a Donnybrook. Flip a coin again, but I'm going to go with the Crusaders.
Okay. Northwest at Poland.
Got to go with the Indians from Canal Fulton.
Hudson at Lake.
I'm going to go with the Streaks, baby.
All right.
Yes.
How about Canfield at Alliance to take on the Aviators?
John DeMarco says go with Alliance.
All right. Quickly, Coach, one quick comment on Hoover.
Typical Hoover team, well coached, fundamentally sound, and they play hard.
Well, I'll tell you, it's going to be a heck of a game. You can watch that one Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, Sunday night at 8 o'clock. For Charlie Jones, I'm Joe Dunn. Thanks for watching. Back next week with more Big Time Sports. Remember that high school football scoreboard show on Friday night over on Fox Sports 1350. Next week, we'll be joined by the Crusaders of Canton Central Catholic. So have a great week. We'll see you back here next week with more Big Time Sports.
This has been the Big Time Sports Show.
Big Time Sports Show.
With your Big Time Sports guys, the mellow tones of Charlie Jones and the voice of the Akron Zips, Joe Dunn. The Big Time Sports Show has been brought to you exclusively by Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota on Wabash Avenue in New Philadelphia.
Think Ferris.
Tune in every week and see the guys take care of sports biz.
Big Time Sports Show.